Why should we believe that this outperformance with these huge market cap names is going to continue this year? Things usually don't grow to the sky.
I'm with you, Joe. I don't think we should expect that. I think investors in big tech should enter 2022 with a healthy dose of caution. And the reason is pretty simple to frame in the consensus and then the debate. On the consensus side, we know that rates are going up. If you look at the Fed dot plot, 2024 suggests the Fed rate is going to be between 2 and 2.5%. That, of course, can create a headwind to valuation. The math behind that is that as interest rates go up, it has a negative impact on discounted cash flow. And the sensitivity to those increased rates is straightforward. Every 1% increase in the Fed funds rate have a negative impact of 10 to 20% on valuations depending on the company. And so usually there is a correction ahead of that. We have not seen that correction in big tech yet. And part of the reason is that investors in these big tech companies are expecting that 2022 will be a blockbuster year with upside of 10 to 20%, powered by, in part, inflation. And so the math would work something like inflation or upside to earnings offsets the negative impact to the multiple. I'm more in the camp to brace yourself in big tech for at least the first 3 months of the year. I think that there are certain companies like Apple that will outperform, continue to do well. I think that can be a $250 company in the next couple of years. But I think a lot of the other big tech is going to see some atrophy here, in part because of the simple valuations are just high. Just to frame that in quickly is that if you look at Amazon, Netflix, NVIDIA, Tesla, and Rivian, they're trading at 140 times next 12 months revenue. That compares to Apple, Facebook, and Google. They're trading at 28 times. To put it all together, Joe, I think that there is a correction, and I think the next Fed meeting could be a catalyst for that correction with some of these big tech names.
I don't think you've been in that camp recently, Gene, so that would be somewhat new for you.
It is a change. Yeah, it's a change, and I want to anchor back to I believe in these companies. I think that they will ultimately go higher. What I am rooting this view in is just a simple belief that the increase in earnings will not offset what is a historical drawback. So if history repeats itself, I think many of the big tech investors should brace themselves. I framed in the companies I think are at risk. I think companies like Apple are in a really good place, but this is a difference. And I'm just fast forwarding to the end of January as we anticipate this next fund. The Fed has tools at its hand, in particular the interest rate, and I suspect that there's going to be some concern from tech investors around what changes could happen.